Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go have a meetup with the Panther Strike, I guess, Auto Club out in St. Pete. But before that, we're going to go to a quick little pre-meet, and I guess we'll see how many Crown Vics we get to see today. Oh yeah, let's get started. So I have a little confession to make. I originally made a nice little intro and a quick little, I guess, lead up clip in the Crown Vic, but I guess my finger might have been over the mic or something because you couldn't hear anything I was saying. It was pretty bad. I might throw that clip at the end. But anyway, when I was in the car on my way to go meet up at the pre-meet, we met up off of, I guess, US 301 somewhere, I guess some little gas station, and then we went ahead and drove over the bridge. So on my way to the meetup, or the pre-meet, one of the things I was thinking about was, man, how cool is it that we're, getting ready to meet up with a bunch of people, and the day is going to be an adventure. And one thing I didn't realize is what an adventure it was going to be. So here we go.
Uh-oh, I see push bumpers in the distance. I see push bumpers. There's a lot of cars, holy shit.
Just met up at the 301 Petro Mart and look at all these cars. It's like Crown Vic heaven over here. Got the light bar. Kind of nice to meet a bunch of the people in the Tampa area here that are running the Crown Vics, and you see everybody's got their own little taste. You got some spotlights, some wheels, some cop look, some no cop look. It's good stuff. And off we go. Thank you. It's kind of cool seeing a whole group police interceptors. 5 of us getting ready to convoy over to St. Pete. Probably stressing people out. So we driving down the road right now, and the guy Lee, I think his name was, in the blue car, the blue Crown Vic, man, he's got a nice sounding exhaust. It's got a nice deep growl to it. So while we make our way over there, I will say it's kind of cool to meet a bunch of people with the same kind of passion. And I'll say it's also a little bit overwhelming, man. I've haven't met this many people at once at the same time, like, ever. But these dudes all seem real cool. Definitely got cool cars, so it's good stuff. Downtown Tampa, that's the Tampa skyline right there. This must be Biff. Look at all these Crown Vics. right here at the Biff Burger. Got all kinds of Crown Vics. Look at them all. So many of them.
Blue one's for his Impala, but he shot the fucking transmission out.
Ah!
No, the bottom one's more blood, the top one.
So a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes or so after we got to Biff Burger, we're all just kind of sitting there. We actually went inside the Biff Burger restaurant there, and we're all kind of talking and getting ready to order some food. Some people had already ordered food. There was this like boom 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 kind of sound, and it kind of sounded like maybe somebody dropped like a big chunk of metal, or maybe like a garbage truck picking up a dumpster behind a business. So it sounded really weird, but it didn't like really raise a whole lot of alarm. I mean, some people noticed it and kind of said, what was that? But nobody really thought anything of it. And then maybe a couple minutes later, one of the guys noticed that there was a Crown Vic out front that had been involved in some kind of accident. So we all kind of went out there and looked. And what I'm going to do now is kind of show some of the video, and I'm going to kind of talk over it. Basically what happened, as you can see, is there was what appears to be a taxi cab that basically just ran into a bunch of cars, or at least that's the way it looked. We weren't really sure. And while I was taking these videos, there was all kinds of just different emotional reactions. Some people were saying all kinds of profanity, like, how does this happen? Other people were kind of making just different kind of comments, speculating on things. So I'm not going to play the audio portion of the video for at least for these, because I don't want you guys to come away thinking, what the heck were these guys doing? And there was just a ton of profanity in the background. I don't know if that's going to get me demonetized. But anyway, a lot of the guys went over there to go check it out, see if they could help render aid. A couple guys with some lighting on their vehicles immediately took off and tried to help with traffic control, because the whole intersection was messed up after this accident. After that, as you'll see, the fire department obviously came rolling in. The guys that went over there got their cars out of the way as quickly as they could. The one guy with the older Crown Vic decided he was going to block the road, which I bet you do what you want with your own car. You take your own liability risk, whatever, when you do those kind of things. But the point is, all the guys that went over there to help felt that they were doing the right thing. So, if you want to call them whackers or, wannabes or whatever, just understand they went over there with the intent to help people. They weren't trying to play, cop or anything like that. One of the guys actually had a medical kit that he pulled out of his car, and he was trying to render aid to the people. It is my understanding that they actually helped one of the people out of the vehicles. So, yeah, it was quite the event. One of the comments I kind of made during the video clip was, when you have an accident in front of a Crown Vic meet, a whole lot of guys with a whole lot of cop-looking vehicles are going to probably try to come and help you. So, yeah. Anyway, after that, I guess kind of, I hate to call it excitement, because, people crashing isn't really, I don't think that's really the right word, but after, that event kind of calmed down a little bit, we all went back inside, once the professionals showed up, and, continued mingling and enjoying the actual car show itself. But, yeah, that was completely unexpected, and actually had a lot of us, kind of thinking about, driving a little bit safer. And, there's a couple guys that like to hoon. I'm not going to name any names, but they know who they are. They even were kind of thinking, maybe they weren't going to do anything a little wild because of the rain. So, anyway. Let's get back to the actual car show side of this. Oh yeah. Special thanks to Panther Strike Auto Club.
Look at all these Vics. Full circle right here. Remember that black Impala? Bye-bye. Well, it's got a white Crown Vic now. Full circle. All these styles. All these styles. Alright guys, so just got back to the house from the meet. Did discover one fun fact, and part of the reason why I left a little bit early is because my heater doesn't work. And by Florida standards, it's freezing cold here, but the rest of the country, go ahead and laugh because it's probably, well, let me see, just for fun. I'm gonna look at my phone and see what the actual temperature is right now. Weather, 53 and rainy, which if it were just a regular day, 53 wouldn't be so bad, but I'm soaked to the bone right now because I kept trying to take pictures and video for you guys. So yeah, I'm a little chilly. But anyway, huge shout out to Panther Strike Auto Club. That was a great meet. Really happy I got to be a part of that. Another shout out to South Florida Vic's Car Club. Apparently a few of their guys were actually going to come up and meet up with with the guys up here in Tampa, and they got into some kind of car accident or something that prevented them from making it the rest of the way. So if you were those guys, really sad to hear that. Hopefully you guys are okay. You know, I don't really know the whole circumstances as to why you guys couldn't make it, but if it was an accident, I'm really sad to see that. And you know, hopefully we can see you know, the next time, and you know, I hope you guys are okay. Other than that, that car accident that happened right outside the meet there, apparently there was a fatality. When we left a couple hours later, the area was roped off, the news was there, and they hadn't towed anything. I'm gonna watch the news later on and update you guys based off of whatever I hear, if they talk about it. So other than that, it was a great meet. A little bit of tragedy around it. Hopefully to those affected by the tragedy, you know, our thoughts and prayers and well wishes are with you. But it was a good meet. Really happy to meet everybody there. Nice to meet a bunch of different car owners with a bunch of different tastes. And there was actually a couple people that traveled up from other areas, or I should say traveled down, because Florida's bottom of the country. So that was awesome to see. You know, it was nice to see kind of race car type stuff, off-road type stuff, and just all the different flavors of Crown Victoria. That was really cool. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for checking out the video. If you haven't done so already, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Love to all of you, and big shout out to everybody that was at the event today. It was good meeting all of you. Thank you.
So I do have an update about the accident. After looking at multiple different news stories, most of them are saying pretty much the same thing. There were multiple vehicles involved. The basic gist, based off of what the investigators are talking about, was that the taxi cab was driven by someone who may have been under the effects of alcohol, and the passenger in the taxi cab that was riding with this driver, the driver and that passenger, neither one of them had a seatbelt on, so they were unbelted. You know, there was a male driver, a female passenger. That vehicle ran into the back of the Chevy Tahoe that you saw in the clips earlier. That vehicle then struck, I think it was a Ford Escape, and then there was two other vehicles at the intersection that were also struck by the forward motion of all of this impact. It is also my understanding from reading the articles that all of the vehicles except the taxi cab were stopped at a red light. They did say, like I said, that alcohol was a factor. While I was doing some research on the story itself, I noticed that the female that was, I guess, in the taxi cab, they said that she did later pass, so this became a fatality car accident. We kind of thought it was a fatality when we were all leaving. There was kind of a secondary part of the meet, and when everybody left, it had, let's see, the accident happened sometime in the late 11 o'clock hour, maybe around noon. We all left, it must have been close to 2, and they still had the road shut down and they hadn't towed anything. So that kind of let us all know that it was a pretty serious accident. You know, as I was doing my research, I looked up the lady's name because her last name was a little bit unique, just seeing if I could get some other articles, and I actually stumbled across her Facebook page, and I was surprised at the little plot twist that I discovered. It appears that the person that she was in a relationship was the cab driver. So she was in a relationship apparently with the cab driver. None of the news organizations have mentioned it because they have different last names, so it appears that they may have been boyfriend and girlfriend because their relationship status matched each other. The very unfortunate part about this is, you know, if alcohol is truly a factor and, you know, that's what caused the accident, you know, if these two were in a relationship, you know, the driver apparently is in very serious condition. If he survives, that's something that's going to be kind of weighing heavy on his heart, I guess. So rather than getting angry and putting hateful comments about how you shouldn't drink and drive or anything like that, understand that alcohol clouds your judgment. You may think that you're able to do something, and maybe that's what happened with this gentleman. I'm not saying that it's 100% the case, but, you know, he got behind the wheel. There's, you know, according to the investigation, he may have been intoxicated. And, you know, I'm thinking maybe the alcohol, you know, kind of made him think, no, I'm okay, I can do this. And unfortunately, you know, there was a lot of tragedy around this. So just a little food for thought. I'm not going to go on any tangents about drinking and driving, anything like that, but try to keep your comments, I guess, more positive, because I know that it's, you know, real easy to knee-jerk and say, you know, all kinds of negativities, but the reality of this is that two people that appear to have been in a relationship, one of them passed, the other one's seriously injured, and is going to have to live with the fact that his companion is no longer with him. So it's just a little bit of food for thought for you guys. Anyway, really appreciate you checking out the video. Sorry to kind of end it on a somber note, kind of a sad note there, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I spoke on that and kind of let you guys know what happened there. So I guess love to all of you, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. And welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be a little different. Today, well, it kind of stinks because it's kind of dreary out, but I'm gonna go meet up with a bunch of guys from a car club called Panther Strike. Sorry, I'm kind of looking around watching the road, but we're gonna go meet up with a bunch of guys from Panther Strike. Gonna go over to a place called Biff Burger in St. Pete, and should be quite the adventure.